I'm such a pro now. Guys, I can claim that host like a champ. I'm a champion. I'm the Rocky of claiming the host. Okay, good morning, good morning. I am so excited to be with you guys today because we're going to talk about something that is not my forte, but it's something I've grown in. Funny story, when Alita and I joined 10 years ago, we did this event and um, my husband said something to both of us, and he's like, "Do you guys have an agenda?" And we looked at each other. We're like, "What are you even talking about? An agenda?" It's like, do you even know us, Jeff? So we've come a long way in 10 years and we have systems now. But something that I've realized, I listened to this podcast that was recommended. I can't remember who recommended it. I can't remember. I can't give credit to somebody because I can't remember who recommended it. But anyway, it was phenomenal. Maybe it was Alita. I don't know. But it was Layla Hormozzi's. It's her podcast, and she shares how systems. So if systems, like if that's a trigger word for you, let me tell you, just get over it. You got to embrace systems because flying by the seat of your pants or allowing your business to rely on how you feel is not the way to go with this business. So we're going to talk about systems. So get ready. And I'm so excited because there was something that Layla talked about that helped me know um, like little tricks that I could do, little hacks that's going to help me because I grew up, okay, my dad's a musician, my mom worked full time in a bookstore, okay? So my mom worked 1 to 9:30. So she was gone. You know, like I went to school, I came home and did all my things. She was gone. So I grew up literally with no structure, no routine, no systems whatsoever. Okay, and that is not an easy way to grow up. So applying systems to my life now, granted, I'm 51. I've had some years to learn, but it's still um sorry, my husband's having car problems. It's still something that I need to grow in. And I think this podcast really made a difference. I will share it when we're done, but I was so excited about sharing it. It's funny, it's like just knowing like this could be it, guys. This could be the thing. My poor husband, that he has a flat tire and the car fell off the jack. So now how do you get a Suburban up that's on the ground? I don't know. I don't know how that works, but God bless him. It's a little hot out here in Tennessee. Okay. So motivation fades. We all know this, right? Like we all get all hyped up about contests, about, the end of our month goals, all that stuff. But goals, they give us direction, but systems create the results that we can actually sustain. So we have to have our systems so solid that no matter what is happening in life, we will get our work done. It won't matter if we want to lay in bed. It won't matter if we feel defeated or discouraged in our business. Because of our systems, we will show up and do what we need to do. So get ready. So think about it. I don't need to be motivated to brush my teeth, right? Like I always tell people when I'm coaching them on the products, I'm like, I literally brush my teeth, put my retainers in, take my products. So easy. Those are my triggers for taking and being consistent and disciplined with my products. So the same has to go with our businesses. Um, Today, we're going to learn about a system that's going to help us in our Plexus business that makes success automatic. Drop a 1 if you want your system to be automatic for your business, for sending the messages, for making the posts, for following up, for good customer care. Come on, who doesn't want that? Okay, so let's be honest. We've all had moments where we're fired up, right? Like the contest, end of goals, when we set huge goals. But a few weeks later, what happens? We fizzle out, right? Life happens. The motivation is gone. So that's why those systems matter. Because it helps us with the right actions and it helps us to do the things consistently, even when you don't feel like it. So you want to grow a business? Don't rely on when I feel inspired. Have a system that reminds you, makes it easy, and tracks your progress. The tracking is an important component that I think we all need to really think about. So if you want better health, don't hope for willpower. Build habits like drinking your pink drink in the morning, right? Taking your probiotic 5 and Bio-Cleanse at night, tied to the systems. So Layla explains that a system is basically 3 parts. Okay, so think about these 3 parts because I've been talking about it since I've heard this, and I keep forgetting the last part. You got to have a trigger. There's got to be a trigger, something that it makes your brain go, oh, that's what I need to do. So a trigger, which will be followed by an action, and then we're going to track that action. All right. So super important is it's like we want to have all 3 of those parts. So this is what cues you to take action. So in Plexus, as soon as you mix your pink drink, you post a quick story. You know, one of the things in stories is um, a good idea that Jill Renfro and Alita does. They mix their pink drink every day in their stories. So they're not always talking about Plexus, but that's that trigger of I'm mixing my pink drink, so it's time for me to do a story. Super important. And every evening at 8 o'clock, your phone alarm reminds you to follow up. So whatever you need to do, have alarms on your phone. You know, when I sit at my computer, right away, I'm going to add new friends to Facebook. One of the things that when I pick up my phone, I go to Facebook. This is a habit I do all the time that I didn't realize was part of my system, but it's a habit that helps me be consistent is I will go and I will add at least 5 friends every day on Facebook. Now, do they accept my friend requests? Not always, but it's something that I will send friend requests. So have visual triggers too. So samples by your purse. Every time you leave the house, grab one. You know, every time you go to bed, or something that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have all my working level ones. I'm going to have their names at my computer. So every time I sit down at my computer, I'm going to have their names to remind me to send them a message, to send them a diamond doc. You know, those kinds of triggers are going to be helpful. So then the second part is you're going to take the action. So this is a step you take once you're triggered. So keep it simple, repeatable, and low friction. What does that mean? That means you got to think ahead of time, prepare ahead of time. Okay, what is that going to look like? So trigger, 8 p.m. alarm, action, send 3 follow-up texts. What's going to help is first of all, you knowing what's going on in their life. Second, maybe having a general message that you'll send on a regular basis. You know, have some kind of challenge that's going on, or inviting them to go to Cancun with you and ask them. Have those messages prepared. That way, that friction is not hard to overcome. It's not like you have to sit there and think about it for 10 minutes of what you're going to send. So, trigger, morning coffee, action, message 5 people before you open your Facebook feed. So sit down, drink your coffee, message 5 people. So those are the triggers that we want to have. So when I do this, this is the action that happens. So trigger, Sunday evening, set an alarm on your phone. It could be your Monday work hour, you know, or your week work hour. Sunday evening, action, batch write 3 posts and schedule them. So those are the things that's going to help you have those triggers, which is going to help you take the action, and then you're going to be able to um, track it. And you want to make sure that you remove all friction. You don't be wondering, what do I send of this? You got to have that all laid out in your system. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't tweak it. On Sunday nights, it might be a good time to reflect and think, okay, if I track the action I took last week, and I got no, it was crickets, or I got no response, maybe I need to tweak something. But if I got like, hey, yes, I'm interested, okay, that's a good message to send, right? You want to track what you're doing in your systems. So tracking, this closes the loop. Without tracking, you don't know if it's working, right? So track how many new combos you start daily. Use a customer follow-up sheet to check off VIPs. Super important. I don't know about you guys, but I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, they signed up last month. I should probably check in with them. Guys, that has been me more than I'd like to admit in this business. So track supplement use, water, workouts along business habits. So one thing that Layla does, she puts her goal weight. I think she lost 85 pounds, And so she put her goal weight on the fridge. That way, that's a trigger when she goes to the fridge, rather than think, oh, I'm going to have my nightly ice cream. And she sees that number, that's going to be that trigger that's going to help her take the action that she actually wants. Okay. So goal, we want to grow customers, right? Definitely. Get ready, guys, because with this contest coming up, we want to be talking to people so that we're ready and good to go. And even signing up people this month, obviously, it's going to give us extra credits for the contest, but it's also going to help us earn retention points. And let me tell you, that 150 PV versus 100 PV, game changer. So pay attention to that regarding the contest. So the trigger, open messenger in the morning, action, message 5 new people, tracking, write down number of new combos in the tracker. That's it. Repeatable, simple, and scalable. Good news, you guys. What we want, it's not just about us and our businesses. We want something that's scalable. We want to be able to hand this system, the system that we do, off to the people on our team or the people that will be joining us. We want to take out all that friction of when they join us, they think, what do we need to do? So have those systems of when they sign up, they get this welcome email, they get the triplex video, they get how, to take the products. They know that they get on the three-way call. So super, super, super important. So I want you guys to think of one area in your plexus business. And this is where we're going to talk about this. Think of one area that feels messy or inconsistent. So whether that's posting or follow-ups, onboarding or recruiting, I want you guys to think about what is a simple trigger that I can set up. So let's throw some ideas out. Someone asked me yesterday, what's something that you can do to make sure that you're reaching out with your business builders every day? And I came up with just having their names in front of my face, so whether I make that my lock screen or I have their names on my computer or I have it written on my whiteboard, what's a simple trigger that you guys can set up to help you? I want us to brainstorm here.
For me, for me personally, the first thing that comes to my mind is I live out of a calendar. So if I have a page, right, that's like on my daily calendar with, I don't want to say a checklist, but maybe where it's like, okay, I need to check in with this new business builder because, right, like I need to guide them, or this person I remember was struggling to show up every day. Let's send them something encouraging. I guess for me, it's like putting it in front of my face where I start my every single day looking on my calendar.
Yes. Yes. I love that, Nicole, because if it's on your calendar and that's already a habit, probably to look at your calendar is like adding that component, that's going to help you take action. And go ahead.
And I'm a person, I have to have a physical written calendar. I can't do it in my phone because I'll forget the alarm to remind me. And then what's the point? It's in my phone and it's lost and it's gone. So I'm somebody, I have a physical, I buy once a year from Amazon, my calendar, that's where my clients go. That's where my kids' sports go. That's where anything that Chris and I have planned goes. My nieces and nephews' schedules, race schedules, whatever it is, that goes on my calendar. So the first thing, like I said, that came to my mind was like, I need to have it front and center on my calendar.
Yes. And that's a good thing to do because you can write their names. Like, okay, so on Monday, I checked in with Sarah. So I know at least the following Monday, I'm going to check back in with her. You know what I mean? And just do their names. Super, super important. I love that. Anybody else have any ideas? Or maybe you guys are amazing at systems. Maybe you're like, Lisa, I don't know what your problem is, but I got my systems down pat. I got my triggers and my actions, and I track my things like a pro. I am a diamond when it comes to systems. Any other ideas?
So I started leaving my 70 to 75 hard work list where I'm going to trip over it in the morning. So I have to pick it up. I have to look at it. I have to check the things off. And I will set it down somewhere else where I'm going to have to move it when I try and get comfortable again. And maybe it's just like complacency. Maybe I'm just used to putting things where it's in my way. but I will put it down in the seat that I'm going to sit in that evening if I don't finish it, so that I have to move it out of the way and I have to look at the fact that like it's not done. We're running around with the kids, we work from home, I help Christine all the things, but I physically have to touch the things that are not finished if I leave them in my way. And there is a sense of guilt that comes along with, I said I'm going to do this. If I touch it and I put it aside and I don't at least look at it and check it off and check off the things that I've done since I last touched it, then that's a problem and it makes me work more.
That's awesome. I love it. That physical reminder and it being in front of your face. It's the same thing. Like, honestly, I will forget things so easily. It's kind of embarrassing almost. So it's like I have sticky notes all over my computer and my desk, like things that I need to do, my non-negotiable, my, messages that I think, the encouragement. Yesterday, I literally, because I have an amazing upline, she challenged me, write stuff on the mirror, things that I've been needing to change in my mindset. I have it in my mirror. It literally, obviously, I share my bathroom with my husband. So I have half a mirror. It's literally written, it's covering the whole half of my mirror. And it's like, it's got to be in my face. So I feel you, Michael. I love that. Okay,
I just wanted to say
go
really
ahead,
quick
Nicole.
that I was at Alita's house on Sunday and a diamond has her ish wrote on her mirror in her bathroom. Like, she is our top leader. She is obviously the creme de la creme, and she still does these things. I walked into her bathroom to get a towel for Dolly Lynn, and I looked up and I saw her like, I am capable, I am worthy, I do hard things, like all these things. So don't think that these things are foolish when the diamond of our like leading company is still doing these things. They work. And it
Yeah.
inspired me. I was like, okay, I feel a little like, oh, I need to go home and do that. Like, I told her I was going to do that last month and I didn't. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to buy expo markers and I'm going to do that. And where do you think I'm driving right now? To the store.
And it's so true. And guess what, guys? I saw her do this 10 years ago after Floyd died. And it made all the difference because we can be so, our self talk can be so debilitating to our businesses. And so if we're working on those simple things, success leaves clues. So if our diamond upline, our one plexus diamond emerald upline does these things, maybe we should pay attention to that, you know? And listen, I may be a slow learner. I don't know why it took me so long. I had little sticky notes on my mirror, but I mean, now it's like literally in my face. I got used to those little sticky notes on the side, And so that's why tracking. So if I'm not reading those every day, those little sticky notes, I need to do something different. And now it's literally across my whole mirror. So think about your business, think about those triggers that you could create for your business. And yesterday, what I did, because my morning routine has been off, and so I asked ChatGPT to give me a new morning routine. And this is what was important to me. And so it gave me those morning routines. So I'm going to be setting out my greens because I drink greens and hydrate every morning. I'm having that set out. I'm going to be picking out my clothes the night before. So removing some of that friction, so it's the same concept. We have to do that for our businesses as well. So just remember this: motivation fades. We all know this, right? But systems, they make results automatic. That way, it doesn't matter what's going on. My son is having a baby, his wife is having a baby today or tomorrow. My systems have to be in place that no matter what's going on, I will be doing the work and showing up. So, great systems are simple, they're scalable and low friction. We want to make sure the people on our team can do the same thing. Otherwise, it stops here. And that will be our lid, and our team won't grow because if it's not scalable, it's not going to be duplicated. So, and every system needs a trigger, an action, and tracking. So pick one area. This is my call to action for you this week. Okay. Pick one area of your business and set up your own trigger, action, and tracking system. So run it for 7 days. You don't have to do 30 days. You don't have to do 60 days. And for 7 days and see what happens, see what changes. Don't rely on your willpower, but build the systems that will make your success inevitable. Do it, guys. This is what we know. Success leaves clues. What do they train on? Literally every convention, every leaders retreat is systems. They train on systems. So I will drop the podcast in the Energy Bus group and you guys can listen to it straight from the top. It's really fast. I think it's like 14 minutes. But just really, really powerful, a powerful tool that literally can change the trajectory of your business in 7 days. So let's go. Ciao.